Let me reintroduce myself. Hey, I'm Sam. You probably have seen my videos before. If not, welcome. A few months ago, I reached my first noteworthy milestone in my YouTube channel, which is reaching 1,000 subscribers. It's probably not a lot compared to other YouTube channels, but to me, it's pretty impressive. Honestly, I didn't have big plans for this channel and was mostly just planning to make videos for fun. But the fact that 1,000 people are willing to see me just mess around and do whatever is kind of nice. Really, thank you guys so much. As I promised, I said I'd make a Q&A for my 1,000 subscribers milestone. And so here it is. I've compiled all the comments I could find on my Emmy breakdance video and in the community post that I made, and I'll answer them all here. Let's get started. Firstly, and most importantly, why are you not doing pink corruption content anymore? My longtime viewers have probably noticed this already, and to put it bluntly, I've just lost interest in the series. The recent episodes that have been coming out have been sparse and also not as engaging to me as the previous episodes have been. They were fun to watch before, but as time went on and my interests and also kind of standards have changed, they haven't been sparking the same energy that I had before that motivated me to create videos on it. And as much as I don't want to leave Pink Corruption Parody unfinished, as of now, I don't really see myself planning on picking up the series again anytime soon, just because I've lost interest. So to everyone who was waiting for episode 7, I'm really sorry that it might not come out anytime soon, or ever. But who knows, I might just finish episode 7 someday because I'd hate leaving a project incomplete. Not very likely for the rest of the series, but at least there's some hope. Pink Corruption aside though, I'm really grateful for the amount of followers I've garnered because of the series, and I just hope that those same followers are still willing to stick around, because I still have a lot to give, even if it might not be what they initially came for. Next question. What do you think about Brie Bear Jones's Pink Corruption episodes, specifically episodes 6 to 10? Honestly, I think that ever since episode 6, that's kind of where the series fell off. The previous episodes in the Pink Corruption had a much more natural flow, with the conflicts and the lore and the plot being introduced in a way that made sense. But episode 7 and beyond, we just had these conflicts coming out of seemingly nowhere and not interesting me at all. I know I've oversaturated my displeasure in Pentello's family backstory to the moon and back, but we also had Kubik's return, and I still don't understand how they were able to get that sword thing. That wasn't in Close to Me's boss battle. And sure, we had Project C, which was just cyanide, but I'm not really interested in cyanide either. Unless they pull some sort of interesting twist that has at least a sliver of build-up to, I'm really not going to care about her. I still enjoyed some parts of the new episodes though. Acrylimus's return was a cool action scene, and I'm happy that Pyra got more time in the finale of season 1, but my man still got sidelined in the final battle. He's literally just scraping up corpses while everyone else is doing their cool battle against the monster. He deserves so much more. And hey, on the bright side, at least this will make good content for Pink Corruption Parody, if I continue it. Next question. I think in your TPC videos I've heard your siblings, so if you wouldn't mind me asking, are you the oldest, middle, or youngest sibling? I have 3 other siblings, making us 4 in total, and I'm the second oldest out of them all. Next question. Of your OCs, which is your favorite? I don't focus that much on my original characters since I do more fan content than original content, but of the few OCs that I do focus on regularly, I'd say my favorite would be Ice Cream because they're adorable and also pathetic in the same endearing way that Kobeni from Chainsaw Man is. Alongside would also be Jeremy because he may not have a discernible personality, but he is. Just look at him. Anyway, your age? No. Do you have a set animation process? When I used to use Flip-a-Clip, I had this thing where I drew the silhouette of the character without any details on, just kind of like a stickman. Then I draw the actual character on a separate layer, making sure that it stays on model by looking at the previous frames. And then on the last third layer I can use, since I don't have Flip-a-Clip Premium or whatever, I put the background on. Though my new process involves drawing the frames separately on ibisPaint, since I can make transparent PNGs and then just slap it together in iMovie. I don't have anything that can test how the animation will look before I edit it together in iMovie, like I did in Flip-a-Clip, so I guess just to avoid having any janky animations, I make more frames than I need and then cut out the frames that are unnecessary in iMovie, so at least I won't be missing any frames and then have to go back and draw them. Nextly, are you planning to add the Hope exclusive characters to TPC? I don't have any more plans to make TPC related content, so don't really expect Hope to come along either. I didn't make Hope content in the past because compared to the main series, it didn't interest me and it was incomplete. Not just literally, but the story itself felt incomplete. Also, Pyre wasn't there.
Is sleep a food?
No, Rosemary, sleep is not a food. How motivation? Bro, why are you asking me this question? Have you seen my upload schedule? I basically just post whenever I feel like it. But on a more serious note, motivation for me comes when my body feels like it. I guess one way that you can increase your motivation is by setting up a routine for yourself to work on a certain project, because the more you work on a project, the more motivated you will feel on working on it the next day. On a side note, I've mostly been silent with my uploads because I've tried working on bigger videos on here, but they're taking more time, especially when during that time I get more ideas and it just piles together. But trust me, some stuff will come eventually. I might even start posting my works in progress outside of Unlisted Gang, because honestly, with all the time in between my videos, I think y'all deserve it at this point. Are you excited for 1,000 subscribers? You've come a long way. Any new interests come into mind? Well, I mean, I'm definitely happy that I got 1,000 subscribers, but I don't think excited would be the right word. I'm actually a little nervous because this kind of reminds me that my reach with my videos is starting to expand, and with that, more people will come in. And I don't know what those new people will bring, but I just hope that I can at least be somewhat entertaining to them. As for new interests, I'm glad you asked. I kind of feel like I'm floating between a lot of different interests right now, but the three that have stayed consistent this entire time are High Guardian Spice, Decaying Winter, and these two FNF mods, specifically Salty Sunday Night and literally every FNF mod ever. You know, the one with Bob in it. I didn't get into High Guardian Spice because I liked it, definitely not, but I wouldn't say I was riding the hate train as actively or vocally as some other people. I was actually kind of nervous of joining in because I wasn't sure how many people hated the show because it was poorly written, or how many people hated the show just because of the LGBTQ rep. Around that time, I was also looking around for like parodies or abridged versions of High Guardian Spice, because I know usually with a bad show, at least a good abridged series can save it. And that's when I found Guardian HQ, which was a channel that was not only running its own abridged series, but also making these video essays which focused more on the writing of the show. I was stoked on the idea of an abridged series, and when I saw on their Discord server that they still had roles open for certain characters, I knew that I at least had to, get in, even as a minor role. And what do you know, I actually ended up getting cast as Amaryllis, who is one of the more prominent roles in the series, not to mention one of the best characters. The series is still going on right now, and I might release a few High Guardian Spice videos. It might not be the direction that my channel will go to, then again, I don't really have a specific direction for my content. As for the two other interests, Decaying Winter was a Roblox game that my sister introduced me to. I know by mentioning Roblox game, you guys are already cringing, but trust me, out of the Roblox games I've played, which even though they're not a lot, this one was surprisingly nitty-gritty. To be specific, it's a wave-based survival game where you play with other people to try to survive through 10 waves. It's very trial and error based since you can fail a lot, and you are expected to fail a lot. Trust me, I've failed a lot. But despite me being absolutely terrible at the game, at least with a good team, or at least some friends to play along with, you can have fun dying together. And despite the enemies of the game having basically no personality, I somehow became very attached to them and drew copious amounts of fan art. One of my bigger works in progress are actually related to Decaying Winter, and something you guys should definitely look out for. As for the third thing I mentioned, I probably won't make any videos based on it. I'm focusing more on the story related to it. But the most I could probably do on the visual aspect would be some fan art. Anyway, aside from the whole fan content stuff, I've had some original stories and ideas that have been itching at my head. I don't know if I'll ever share it here, but I do want to try making some art. So if anyone's interested in that, I could totally maybe talk about it sometime. Waffles or pancakes? Okay, I'm not gonna be philosophical like I was last time this question was asked, and just say that both of them are good and I cannot choose. But I'm honestly leaning towards waffles. But I might prefer crepes more, so like pancakes too. Look, it's complicated. What's the most out of context thing you've ever said or heard? I've actually compiled an entire list of out of context things that have come specifically from me, and I think I've made too much to just fit into one video, so I might put it in a separate thing. So be on the lookout for a video including that. Can you turn into lean? My entire Sona used to be completely purple. I've been lean since the dawn of time. What's your favorite pink corruption character and which character do you kin? Oh, my favorite character is definitely still Pyre. I mean, I don't know when I'm gonna change the profile picture for my YouTube channel, but as of now, I think I'm happy with just keeping it as him, even though I don't make that much pink corruption content anymore. As for which character I kin, I actually think maybe Iris, just because of his dark humor at inappropriate times, but also I feel like maybe Cube just because he cries a lot. Take of that as you will. What's your favorite color, and do you play anomalous activities? I don't bother choosing favorite colors, but I kinda like blues and purples, they look nice. As for anomalous activities, I tried to watch some tutorials on how to play it, but I ultimately could not wrap my head around how the game worked and never tried. Opinions on the M16 assault rifle. It's a rifle. I don't know what else to say about it. Now with all of the questions out of the way, I think I could just spend the rest of this time talking. Anyway, I think it's best I address the silence I've kind of had on my YouTube channel. I really don't mean it, I'm just kind of focusing more on the art outside of YouTube, mostly like my Instagram since that's where I post most of my art, and also because videos just take up more time and I kind of want to develop my artistic ability, I think. That doesn't mean I haven't been working on video-related stuff. I have been doing voice acting, but it's mostly been for the Abridged series and not my own channel. Eventually I would like to maybe start posting more stuff to focus on my own channel, because I feel like I've changed a lot in this past year, and making videos now might be able to bring some new, fresh ideas to the table. Not just things from other fandoms, but also my own original work. But overall, I want to make sure that the videos that I put out now make me happy. It's not like they weren't making me happy in the past, but now that I have different expectations for myself, I want to make sure that the kind of initial joy that I got out of video making and seeing the videos that I make is still there. I don't want to be too hard on myself, but I also want to take this just a little more seriously, because I do want to make something that I can be proud of in the end, and also have fun making along the way. Or maybe not, maybe I'll just keep goofing around, but who knows. And I think that's all I have to say. Thank you to all my viewers, whether subscribed or not, for waiting 4 months for this Q&A to come out. I guess you could take this as a holiday gift if you want to ignore how much time it took. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and happy holidays.